In this case, approximately 150 millimeters of grass and topsoil was removed. The site had to be remarked as the lime line was lost with the removed grass. The new markings are the center line of the foundation. They're creating a wide strip foundation 900 millimeters by 300 millimeters. A track machine with a long arm is employed to dig out the trench. The soil that is removed is taken away directly. This is because the site is quite small. We're dealing with an uneven site, so it's important that the foundation is level. Spot levels were taken to give the JCB driver an idea of how much soil must be removed. As the digger is creating the trench, there are two men constantly checking levels and cleaning off loose soil. The beeping sound of the laser level lets them know the measurement is accurate. At each level point, a steel peg is inserted, approximately 2 meters apart, down the center line. The steel peg must be a minimum of 300 millimeters above the floor of the foundation. This line of steel pegs is to give an accurate height reading for the concrete, which will come later. When using a digger in this manner, it's important to make sure there are no overhead power lines or underground mains. The soil here is very good, as it's the same consistency and type throughout, and this bodes well for the support of the proposed building. Allowances must be made for the fireplace within the foundations. This track machine differs from a traditional JCB in that it's not moving around and ploughing up the site. The track machine remains in one location and swings the arm to where it's needed. Steel mesh is cut with a con saw. This steel will be embedded in the foundation. The steel mesh should be laid onto the concrete bricks or blocks and tied together on the floor of the foundation, resting on brick 75 millimeters up from the floor of the foundation. Unfortunately, in this instance, the builders are putting the steel mesh into the foundation after the concrete has been poured. The workmen are walking the reinforcing mesh into the concrete. They have no way of checking that it's sitting correctly in the foundation, so this is bad practice. The concrete has to have the right consistency. The correct term for this is workability. This means it mustn't flow too fast like water or too slowly. The method to test for workability is a slump test. Garden rakes are used to roughly level the concrete. The track machine bucket is also used to place concrete in the foundation, as the concrete lorry couldn't get into some spaces. The next stage is to level the foundation using screeds as shown. The screed is used to level concrete in line with the steel pegs, making sure it's smooth and even. Screeding is a two-man operation. They only have 2 to 3 hours before the concrete starts to set, so this work has to be efficient. A T-piece is useful in this case. The foundation takes about 3 to 4 hours to complete. On completion of the work, it's important that all tools and equipment are cleaned thoroughly. The foundation must be left for at least 10 days for the concrete to set correctly. It will then be ready for the block layers.
In summary, wide strip foundations are 900 millimeters by 300 millimeters. Reinforcing mesh must be laid on the floor of the foundation before the concrete is laid. Concrete workability must satisfy the slump test. If concrete fails the slump test, it must be removed from site immediately.